Hello there, my name is Tom Anello, and I play instrumental music for the acoustic guitar, and today I'm going to be running down the technical specs and details of this lovely Breedlove Artista Pro Series concert model in burnt amber. I've spent a couple weeks with this guitar, and I'm very excited to talk about the details with you. All right, let's talk about what makes this guitar what it is. It's got beautiful Oregon myrtle back and sides. Lovely. I've never played a guitar with myrtle on it, actually. This is pretty cool. It's spectacular to look at, and it's got a European spruce top. The fretboard on this guitar is Ovancol. It uses Breedlove's amazing Delta Pinless Bridge, which makes changing your strings truly a breeze. You just slide them right in the back, and that's it. It also utilizes Breedlove's new Cascade bracing technology on the top, and it's finished with this incredible, lovely burst amber gloss finish all around the guitar, which I'm quite partial to. You can also see it on the neck here. The neck, though, is satin, which I prefer because your fingers won't stick to it when you're playing. It's also got a faux tortoise binding all around the guitar, around the body, around the fretboard. It's very nice. Ooh. You can see that there's a brass dot inlay up the length of the fretboard, like the gradient. Yeah, it's a nice looking guitar, right? And it uses, instead of using an animal bone nut and saddle, it uses tusk, which I have on pretty much all of my other guitars. Great stuff. So nice, you just want to smack it into your mic. Yeah. And much to my surprise, this guitar comes with a very sturdy hard shell case. Really nice. Fishman's Plus T features treble, bass, and volume control knobs. The volume knob actually doubles as a switch for the onboard tuner. So if let's not smack this thing. So if I press and hold the volume button, it'll activate the tuner, and it will actually cut the signal going out to your amplifier, in this case, my interface, so that I can tune without my audience having to listen to me play the tuning song. You can also press and hold the bass control knob to flip the phase for better bass response at lower volumes and feedback reduction when you're really cranking it. And lastly, the Fishman Plus T uses an easily accessible 9-volt. The port's right down here, and that's also where you plug in your 1/4 inch. So when I finish a song and I need to take a break from playing to tune my guitar, all I need to do is press and hold the volume button, and it cuts the sound that way, and I can tune the guitar without my audience having to listen to me play the tuning song. And then when I'm ready to get going again, all I got to do is press and hold the volume knob, turn off the tuner, and my signal's back. And this guitar right now is plugged directly into my Scarlett 2i2 interface. And often when you're playing an acoustic guitar direct, it can kind of have like a rubbery sort of sound to it. But I haven't done much to this signal to process it. I've added a little bit of EQ, a little bit of compression, and a little bit of reverb, and that's it. And honestly, I think it sounds pretty good. I actually do think it sounds pretty good. I was messing with this for a while last night. I didn't have to do a ton to get it to sound awesome. Yeah, for the price, you get a lot of guitar with this thing. Yeah, it's a solidly built instrument, and it's not crazy expensive, and it comes with the hard case, which I'm just like thrilled by. On top of the Fishman Plus T system that's in here. What was I going to say? Oh, I wanted to talk about the Pinless Bridge a little bit more. I don't see a lot of acoustic guitars with pinless bridges. I think it's actually pretty rare. There's only a few manufacturers that I can think of that actually use them, Breedlove being one of them, and it makes changing strings super, super easy, especially if you're like me. I play in a ton of alternate tunings, which means that I'm constantly fiddling with the strings, and I break a lot of strings all the time. So if I break a string while I'm playing on stream or something like that, it'll take me, I don't know, 2 minutes to replace a single string, maybe less. Just slide it right through the back, and that's pretty much it. Right into the tuning peg. Boom. All done. Super easy. Every other guitar I own has pins in the bridge, which often fall into the sound hole. I don't know if any of you have run into that before, but that's kind of brutal. You know, who wants to be in front of people and like going like this with their guitar to get the pin out? I don't think I've done that too much on stream though, so we're in pretty good shape. Or get lost. Dropping pins is a nightmare. I've dropped them. I broke one once. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah, this just gets rid of that entirely. And I know that like building this into a guitar is no easy task. Based on what I've heard from other guitar makers, like putting a pinless bridge on an acoustic guitar is no small feat. So it's pretty awesome that they do this with pretty much everything they produce. When you're putting tension on the pin shoots off into the ether, yeah, that can always happen. Yeah, these days I know to keep pressure on it. Restringing a nylon guitar at speed is an ordeal. Well, yeah, don't you have to like tie them up at the bottom? With this, there is no such thing. So when you're take a look at that, you can just see the strings slot right into the back of the bridge. Super, super easy. Yeah, it is really neat. It is really neat. Makes things super easy. I remember one time I was talking to the guy, somebody who represents Ryan guitars, and Ryan guitars are like outrageously expensive. And I asked about a pinless bridge, and he was like, "Oh, that's something that we'll probably never do." And I was like, "I don't know. That's fine, but if you're a performer, something like a pinless bridge can make a huge difference. I mean, it's just like that convenience factor, especially if you're playing a lot. The tuners are really nice. They're really like stable. There's not I don't have to do a lot of little adjustments to get it in tune really quickly. Works well with alternate tunings too. The scale length is slightly shorter than I'm used to, but it still holds up really well in alternate tunings. Yeah, let's try it. Let's actually put it in an alternate tuning. We have a tuner on here, Tom. I'm going to put this thing in DAD F sharp AE tuning, and we'll just listen to it a little bit. Okay. Boom. Wait, let's go back. Okay. That sounds great. That DI sounds pretty good, right? Or direct sounds pretty good. Yeah, you don't have to do much. A little bit of EQ and you can really get it to sound pretty authentically acoustic guitar. I also like that it's slightly smaller. My other guitars are... most of my guitars are full-size instruments. This one is ever so slightly smaller. Scale length is a little bit shorter. The body doesn't seem as wide as those other guitars, although it's like, pretty full-size across the lower bout here. little more comfortable in the lap, yeah, for sure. I also like the way they've built their cutaways. Very distinctively Breedlove looking, but kind of like drops off here. Full access to the upper frets with no problem. Yeah, solid. Cut the sound. Boom. Legit question. I don't think I've ever heard an acoustic or even heard ever plugged in an acoustic or even heard one live. Is it normal for it to sound buzzy? So when you're plugging in an acoustic directly to an interface, you got to treat the signal a fair amount. I don't have a ton on here, and I think it sounds pretty good. If I was playing through something like that Fishman Loudbox back there, this would sound great. And it does, actually. I played with it before. It sounds very good. I mean, playing through an actual amplifier versus plugging in directly is very... tone-wise, it's going to sound pretty different. So I can imagine that if you're playing this guitar through like an actual PA or through an amplifier like in front of a crowd, it's going to sound great. It's not going to sound as... the buzzy is normal. It doesn't come through nearly as much on an amplifier. Just sort of the nature of some acoustic pickups. Hey, thanks for the raid, Beatrix. What's up? We're recording a segment for Breedlove Guitars right now, so I'm putting this thing to the test. Yeah, thanks for the raid. Thanks for bringing your folks over here. Hello, everybody. My name is Tom. I play instrumental music for the acoustic guitar, and we're testing out this awesome Breedlove Artista Pro series concert guitar. And yeah, we're playing it direct today. So yeah, everybody take a seat. Sit back, relax. We're playing an original tune right now. Where was I? Yeah, baby. Did you guys hear the harmonic way up here? I wonder if it came through louder on the pickup. Guys, I would like to say thank you for participating in this. I know it's not our regular content. I hope it was kind of fun for you. Yeah, the video will probably appear somewhere, and I'll make sure that we can all watch it together. There'll be links in the chat and all that. If you're not in the Discord, the Discord link to Discord is in the chat there. That should work. We have a heavily musical Discord. It's filled with musicians. We have guest concerts sometimes. We do open mics, and it's increasingly active. So if you have questions, there's an area to post questions about guitars or music. There's a place to post your own music. It's an awesome place. Okay, thanks for checking out this awesome guitar with me. And if you want to join in on the fun that is my stream, you can find me live at twitch.tv/Tominboston.